In the heart of a deep, silent forest, there stood an old and abandoned cabin. The cabin was the focal point of fearful rumors in the town. The locals believed that the cabin was cursed and that ghosts roamed there at night. But was it just a story, or was there really something to it? One day, a brave man from the town set out for the cabin. Instinctively, he wanted to investigate the cabin and debunk these legends. After a long hike, he reached the cabin and entered inside. It was dusty and forsaken. Cracks adorned the walls, furniture lay in tatters, and fallen leaves carpeted the floor. As he explored the cabin, his gaze was drawn to a large, black crow perched outside on the branches of a tree, looking into the cabin. The crow was motionless and staring inside. The man felt an eerie discomfort and maintained eye contact with the crow for a moment. The crow blinked and then swiftly took off, flying deep into the forest. Unsettled, the man left the cabin and ventured further into the dark forest. However, he suddenly heard a bone-chilling cackle from behind. He turned to find a group of dark crows gathered outside the cabin. The crows were whispering strange words that sounded almost human. The man's unease grew, but he didn't lose his courage. The crow flock encircled him and drew near. Their eyes were deep black, and their cawing echoed eerily for a moment. The crow flock began to dance around him, creating peculiar symbols on the ground. Eventually, the crow flock rose together and screeched loudly. Suddenly, a violent earthquake shook the forest, and the ground began to split open. From a crevice near the cabin, a beam of light shot out, and a demon emerged from inside the cabin. The man, in terror, fled from the scene, leaving the crow flock and the demon behind. Without comprehending what had transpired, he returned to the town and began to recount the mysteries of the depths of the forest. But after that day, the town and the forest fell silent once more, and the crow flock never returned. This story serves as a reminder that unknown darkness may be lurking just around the corner.